Alright, so this is just going to be a very quick video on wooden chest locations for your elemental and spiritual retriever pets. I'm just going to go over each world's best area for wooden chests, go through each chest's draw pool for each area, show you a quick overview on where the chests will generally spawn, and then just give my personal verdict on each area and world based on how good of a farming spot they are. So first and foremost, the best place to farm wooden chests in Wizard City would be Unicorn Way. There are generally 4-ish wooden chest spawn locations. Well, actually more if you count, up here, but that's besides the point. So generally, wooden chests will spawn over here, right around here, over on this area, and then 2 more will be near this unicorn statue. Right around over here, and then over here. These chests will drop rank 1 to 2 spellements, so it's your stuff like Thunder Snake, Fire Cat, Lightning Bats, all that sort of stuff. But they also drop treasure cards, which is why I don't really recommend you farm these, because the drop pool will be diluted with a shitload of treasure cards. That's a lot of them. And you don't want these. These do nothing. So you mainly just want the Spellements. So skip out on the earlier worlds, primarily Wizard City, Krog, and Marleybone for the chests. But if you, for some reason, wanted a farming spot for these, that's one for Wizard City. Okay, so now the best farming location for wooden chests in Krokotopia would be in the Well of Spirits, primarily in the Temple of Storms dungeon. So let me go in this real quick. And wooden chests will generally spawn around this perimeter, usually 1 or 2 of them. So let me go around the perimeter and just show you. So usually there will be one round here. There isn't. Let me go a little bit more. Usually, oh, here we go. One over here. And then there's going to be a few more around this perimeter. Again, I don't recommend it because, again, diluted with treasure cards. Although if you are curious, these will drop rank 1 to 3 Spellements, so that'll be the same thing like Wizard City, except with the additional stuff like Storm Shark, Sunbird, all that sort of stuff. But then you also get the treasure cards as well, so again, don't recommend it. Though if you are curious, that's Krokotopia. Okay, so the best farming place to farm wooden chests in Marleybone would be the Ironworks dungeon. So these chests will drop rank 1 to 4 Spellements, so that'll be the same stuff as before, and it'll include stuff like Immolate, Kraken, all that sort of stuff. But it will also still have the treasure cards diluted in there. Less so, but it still very much is. So usually wooden chests will spawn right around here, on this area. Take a left turn. Should spawn around, oh yeah, here we go. Around this area. And then one more could spawn all the way up here. Right around over here. So again, diluted with treasure cards. Less so, but yeah. Don't farm the first 3 worlds. More so just farm the other worlds. See? Still diluted with treasure cards. And yeah, that's basically about it. Okay, real quick, one more thing. I forgot to mention this in this segment. So one more chest can actually spawn behind this wall over here. If you can see, there's like what? Yeah, over there. And then there's also one that can spawn all the way in the back end of the area. Okay, so the best place to farm wooden chests in Mooshu would be Shirataki Temple. So these chests will drop rank 1 to 5 Spellements, and there will now be no treasure cards within the pool. Yay! So basically, about 3 will spawn here. So one over here, and one over here. And then there's gonna be more along this path. There could be more along this path. I think one around here. There's gonna be one near the stone block over here. There can be one more over here near these fence posts. And then finally there's gonna be one more around this cart over here. Generally, this is just gonna be the best spot to farm rank 1 through 5 Spellements. And yeah, just basically about it. Okay, now it's the best place to farm wood chests in Dragonspyre is none. I'm not even joking. There is none. There's literally none. The problem with Dragonspyre, everything is way too far apart. The streets are way too far apart. The chest spawns are very inconsistent. The best farming spot I found was the Labyrinth. Even then, it's not very consistent. There's one over here. Oh, by the way, these chests will drop rank 2 to 6. So, 2 to 6. One over here. Another can spawn over here. Yeah, do not farm Dragonspyre for wood chests. You will lose your sanity and your patience. If you want rank 6 Spellements in particular, there are far better spots, such as Celestia. So the best place to farm wood chests in Celestia would be the Grotto, more specifically Coral Castle. The wooden chest will drop rank 3 to 7 Spellements, so your 7 pip Spellements, the only thing you care about. And then you also have the best place, in my opinion, to farm rank 6. So the special thing about Coral Castle is that a wood chest will be guaranteed to spawn in the back over here. Let's see, yeah, over here. So when you're collecting these chests, please be very mindful of the boss in front of here, because his full radius is deceptively huge. So yeah, over here, rank 6. You have all this other stuff. Let's see if I can rank 7. Oh, here. So if you want to farm rank 7 Spellements, as long as you're rank 6, I recommend doing Coral Castle. Very easy, very easy. The wood chest will always spawn back here, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so now the best farming spot for wooden chests in Zafaria would be Stone Town. There's actually going to be a lot of wooden chests within this area. One across from here. There can be one tucked away in this corner over here. There can be another wood chest around this corner. I believe there's another around this corner. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. There's another one, which is over here. And then there could be another wood chest right around here. Over here. So, these will drop rank 4 to 8 Spellements. So you get stuff like Leviathan, Snow Angel, all that sort of stuff. Another pretty good Spellment farming spot. I still recommend Coral Castle because, again, a lot of people do pass here. They collect wood chests. Still recommend Coral Castle if you want rank 6 or 7, but not a bad farming spot nonetheless. Okay, so now the best farming location for wooden chests in Avalon would be Dara. Much like Stone Town, there is a lot of wood chests that can spawn here. There can be one right around this blacksmith area. I think there's another one that can spawn around here. There's another that can spawn over here. Another one over here. Over one here, near the Skeletal Dragon. There can be, I believe, 2 up here. One around here. This area. And another right over here by the pond. And then there can be another one that can spawn near the Fomori, near the portal, right around this cave. So these will drop rank 5 to 9 Spellements. Again, much like Stone Town, decent spot. I think you have better options elsewhere, though still not bad. Alright, Azteca. So these chests will drop rank 6 to 10 Spellements, and the best place to farm wooden chests in Azteca would be, it's a tie between the Zocalo and 3 points. For the Zocalo, there would be one chest usually around here, another right around the Monstrologist Drainer. There can be another one, I believe, around here or so, and there's another one over here. Yeah. So you see, rank 6 to 10. So for 3 points, there are a bit more, but it's way more spread out. Wooden chests will spawn over here. Oh, over here. I believe another one can spawn along these steps. I believe so. Not sure. Another one can spawn near this pool. Over here. One more can spawn around. It's tucked away in this corner. In this corner. And then there's another wooden chest right around Ixcax's thing right over here. So that's all the farm. That is Azteca. Not a bad spot. The only problem being you have to actually go to Azteca. Who wants to be here? I'm just gonna be real with you. And you basically just have a better option for Arc 2 Spellements, like Khrysalis. This is basically going to be your go-to farming spot for all of the Arc 2 Spellements, going from rank 7 to your Artorias. So, also be prepared for a lot of walking, because despite there being a lot of wood chest area, it's very spread out. So, wood chests, one will spawn over here, one will spawn across here from the double flowers. There's going to be up to two more, though very rarely, right around over here. One over here. There can be another one over here. There's another one right around here. Over here. You go all the way up here. There is, if I'm not mistaken, there can be one over here, although it's up top. Don't let me get into that later. One more across from these guys, about here-ish. Go around here. There's gonna be, and then the last one is gonna be 3 more. One over here, one over here, and there's one up top. So here's the thing: there are 2 chests within these routes that are on the upper levels, but you can still access them as so. So here you are. Here's your arts, your rank 10s, all that sort of stuff. This is basically going to be your go-to farming spot for all Arc 2 Spellements. There are other spots where you can primarily your arts and rank 10s in the later worlds, though we'll get into that later. Okay, Polaris. So, wood chest in Polaris, the drop pool is basically rank 8 to your rank 6 shad. So, as long as you go along this path, you'll find at least one wood chest. So one wood chest will spawn over here by the seals. Let's grab that real quick. Thank you. One wood chest will spawn, I believe, over here. One over here. And then one by this hut. Another by this hut. And another by this hut. Polaris, if you want, not a bad farming spot, but if you want Arc 2 Spellements, go to Khrysalis. If you want Arc 3 Spellements, go to like one of the later worlds. Okay, so for Mirage, the best place to farm wooden chests would be Aggrobah. So one wooden chest will be one near the entrance right over here. And each of the districts, I believe, will have at least one wood chests, 1 or 2 wood chests. So right around here, I believe. Yeah, over here near the Gardens District, 1 wooden chest. I believe another spawns around here. I believe so. And then by the River District, just around this corner. Oop. Yeah, over here. They can spawn, a 1 wooden chest can spawn over here. And then there's gonna be another one that can take the place of this silver chest. And I think that's basically about it. Mirage. Way worse than farming chests and Polaris. Again, if you want Arc 2 Spellements, go to Khrysalis. If you want Arc 3 Spellements, go to Empyrea. So Empyrea's wood chest drop pool will basically be rank 9, not your rank 9. Your rank 10, your Artorias, as long as all the Arc 3 Spellements. So your rank 6 Shad, your rank 4 Shad, and your Scion. So basically this is just going to be your go-to when it comes to farming Arc 3 Spellements. And luckily for you, this area, Fort Aero, which is going to be the best farming spot, has a lot of chests. Like a lot of chests. A lot of wood chests. So 1 wood chest will spawn over here, around this corner. Another will spawn around this little nook over here. One will spawn over here. One will spawn around here. One on the dock, all the way up top. 3 spawn over here. One by this bench. The other by this bench. And the other behind this fountain. And then there will be 1 more between these 2 houses. And another one, the last one, over here. So yeah, this is just going to be your go-to spot for farming all Arc 3 Spellements. And as a bonus, a good spot for farming Ether. So yeah, that's it. Karamelle. So, Karamelle, the best place to farm wood chests would be around the Candy Corn Farm. Basically, all wood chests will basically spawn around this perimeter. Around here. Like, there is obscene amount of them. So, wood chests will spawn over here. Sometimes around here. Around his backside. I believe there's up to 3 or 4-ish. One over here. There's another one over here. Another one can spawn over here, I believe. Another one over here. And I believe one over here and another around this corner. Here's the thing about farming Karamelle, though. Much like Wizard City, for some reason, it's diluted with treasure cards. This is probably subject to change. Maybe they'll add like the Arc 3 Spellements to the pool. Maybe, maybe not. For the time being, do not farm Karamelle or Lemuria. Speaking of Lemuria. So the best place to farm wood chests in Lemuria would be Ursai Village. Mainly because how small it is. And there's a lot of chests. About 4-ish? 4 or 5-ish around this area. So, the wood chests will be on the top over here. There are 2 in the middle. One on the top, the other in the bottom. And 1 more would be over by this house, I believe. Oh, and I forgot to mention in the previous segment, Karamelle wood chests will only drop your Karamelle Shad, and in Lemuria, the drop pool is limited to only Karamelle Shad and the Lemuria Shad. And much like Karamelle, it's diluted with treasure cards. So yeah, just put off farming Lemuria chests in the meantime. Maybe subject to change. Most likely, just put off. Just don't farm this place. Alright, Novus. So this one's strange because unlike Lemuria and Karamelle, the pools are actually updated here. So the best place to farm one chest would be the Stone of Heaven. One chest will spawn over here. I think around. I think it can spawn around this middle piece. One will spawn by this rope. Go up top. Go around here. I think only what. Ooh, pixel. I think one will spawn over here. Go to the other rope. Oh wait, yeah, the rope. And one will spawn up here. All the way up here. So for the drop pool, it's strange because it's updated, whereas the others weren't. So basically, they will drop rank 4 Shad, your Scion, your Karamelle Shad, your Lemuria Shad, as well as your Novus spell. And if I can just get to the chest real quick. Let me get to the chest to show you. Yeah, the pool's updated. And so decent spot, a lot of walking. You have better options in the later worlds. Wallaru. So much like Novus, the pools are actually updated here. So you'll actually get. So the pool consists of your Scion, your Lemuria Shad, your Karamelle Shad, your Novus spell, as well as your Wallaru AoE. So there are actually a few spots. There are actually a few spots in Wallaru where you can farm chests. Hope Springs is decent. Billabong Resort is long, but also decent. My favorite is Eucalyptus Forest. So basically, the chests will spawn around. There are 3 that spawn around this campfire. One over here. One can take the place of the silver chest, and I believe another in the backside. And there's more around this perimeter right here. So one, I believe I be up against this wall. Well, keep going. I think one can spawn around this buggy. Not sure. One can spawn around over here, and another one can spawn past these drop bears round here. Yeah, around here. So pretty decent. If you just care about your Wallaru AoE, this is a decent spot. Although this is a decent spot because of how dense it is. There is another spot, but it's long. There's another spot in Selenopolis, but it's very long. I'm just gonna tell you that it's very long. And finally, we have Selenopolis. This is gonna be a very long one, very long path. So the best place to farm one chest that I found is the underground market. Basically, you want to go around this perimeter, around here. Ignore this part. So basically, Wallaru, not Wallaru, sorry, the Selenopolis chests will basically drop all of the Arc 4 Spellements. So, Karamelle Shad, Lemuria Shad, your Novus spell, your Wallaru AoE, and your 7-pip. Your 7-pip single target. I believe that's how you put it. I don't know. So basically, one wood chest will spawn around this entrance over here. There's about, I believe, one more over here. I could be mistaken. Keep going down. Again, as I said, very long. Prepare for a long walk. There can be one more around here, I believe. That's a silver chest. I believe one to take the place of a silver chest. Keep going. Ooh. Yep, one over here. One down here. Yep, right over here. And there could be one more in near Tourette's area. All the way down here. Yeah, I think one chest can spawn near Tourette's area. Around this part. And finally, back where we started, Oh yeah, I think, no wait. Yeah, I don't think one can spawn here, sorry. And one more. Should have started with this, but whatever. Can spawn over here. Oh, speaking of the devil, over here. And yeah, that is Selenopolis. This is going to be your place if you want to farm your Arc 4 Spellements. Though be mindful, it is very long. So yeah, that basically sums up the farming locations of wood chests in all the spiral until Arc 5 comes out. Until Arc 5 comes out, then I have to make another guide. So in short, you just want to farm Mooshu for your rank 1 to 5 Spellements, Celestia for your rank 6 Spellements, Khrysalis for all your Arc 2 Spellements, Empyrea for all the Arc 3 Spellements, and Selenopolis for all the Arc 4 Spellements. The rest is optional. You can do it optionally, or if you want something specific and it's easier. So, well, no, that's basically about it. Like, subscribe, I guess. I'm not good at this YouTube shit.